Hello, everyone. Hi, Sarah. Hello, hello, hello. There are already 4 people who will wait for probably 3 minutes, and we will start our journey. Hello, everyone from beautiful autumn Kyiv. It's the end kind of the leaves of those beautiful season when it's still warm. And I think in a couple of weeks it will be much colder. So today the city is bursting into colors. You can still see some green leaves. The trees are not bare at all. And you can see behind me this beautiful red and yellow trees. I'm in the courtyard of the National Opera House. Today we are going to explore ancient Kyiv. It's my classical tour. I began my... And thank you for the compliment. Barbara is writing that I look wonderful. I'm fine. I'm on my earth, on my ground, in my own country. And usually I begin this tour close to the Golden Gate, like telling you about Yaroslav the Wise and this ancient period when Kyiv was baptized by Prince Vladimir, and later Yaroslav the Wise built Golden Gate and St. Sophia, and we will see that today. But I would like to show you Opera House. It's right behind me because it's, I think that was the last tour that I made before the invasion. And it was so successful that the managers of Hago contacted me and asked me to buy another ticket in 2 weeks and to make another stream from the National Kyiv Opera. I bought the ticket. I never used it because invasion began. So I wanted to show you the place where it all kind of finished. The last peaceful tour from Kyiv. And we will talk about Opera House. I will tell you about this incredible place. Hello, everyone. You are writing to me, hi, hello, and a lot of greetings. Thank you so much for coming. It's incredible that I can show you my country that is at war, bleeding, still standing. People have hopes, continue to live. A lot of suffering and a lot of love and hope in the eyes and hearts. So please take this time as precious time, because it's really not so often that even the journalists or famous reporters are coming and streaming from the streets of Ukraine and its capital Kyiv. Welcome, and I will flip the camera and show you National Opera House. If you have questions, you can use chat. If you are enjoying our tour, you can support me on Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal, and the links are mentioned in the description to this tour. Let's go and feel the beating heart of incredible, invincible Ukrainian capital. Hello, everyone. You can see this part of the street looks very modern, and it's a very elegant place, and I could say even dramatic, because it's the theater and it's the stage where Russian emperors were coming and applauding here. The ballerinas were performing here and crying at the backstage, and even Russian Prime Minister was killed here in 1911. Theater is operating now, so the only difference is that before war, before the invasion, the performances used to start at about 7 p.m. Now they start at 5 p.m. or 7 p.m. And can you guess why? Can you guess why? Because Russians are bombing the city at night, mostly at night, which means that when people kind of finish the performance, the performance is already finished, the bombings and the drone attacks are starting. So they decided to change the timing because it's high probability that the performance will happen without interruptions. But if there is the drone attack or missile attack, people are going under the basement, and sometimes they even continuing the performance there. So look how elegant the neighborhood looks. And it's really the masterpiece. It was built in 1901, and it's created in near Renaissance style. A lot of curves, a lot of arches, rich details. And Kyiv finally had its own opera house in the beginning of the 20th century. So before that, it was the older theater. It burned in 1896. In 1896, the end of the 19th century, and then it was rebuilt. So we have this stunning, beautiful building, and it's always been the heart of the cultural life in the city. The interesting event happened here in 1911 when a Russian prime minister, his name was Pyotr Stolypin, he was assassinated during the performance, kind of during the break. The actors were not singing on the stage, and the performance was attended by Tsar Nicholas II. So the shot happened close to the orchestra pit. And then the Tsar was quietly escorted out, and he even didn't stay for the funeral. It was the real tragedy, and it's written in the walls of this magnificent building. And now this prime minister, Pyotr Stolypin, is buried in Kyiv-Pechersk Lavra. Please let me know if you've been to my last stream from this opera house. I was even showing you kind of the performance itself. I took you to the place where I bought the ticket. So it's the beautiful building, and at night it was glowing like a golden crown. When it was built, people called it turtle because of the dome. You can see it right now, but probably from the side you will see the dome. And from the outside, it looks like the turtle. I have a ticket for a show that had to be cancelled because of war. No, I bought the ticket. I bought two tickets for Beams and for Hego, because this kind of tour was so successful that I told you before, the managers of Hego and Beams contacted me and asked me to have 2 more performances, and I bought 2 tickets, and I never used them. I still have them on the desk of my laptop. I mean, in the folder. I don't know why I just didn't delete them. So it's kind of a reminder of those hopes that I had just when the war started. I don't know. I want to have them. I will not delete them. I just want to have this confirmation that this was happening in my life. I really wanted to make those tours. I was very nervous, there were a lot of people, a lot of attention, because I was speaking with the camera, walking along the galleries, telling you the stories. Then I took you to them, close to the stage, where we were sitting and watching the performance, and that was incredible. I remember there were more than 500 people on board with me. It was a marvelous tour. So that is the beautiful courtyard close the opera house, and a monument to Glinka, its famous Ukrainian composer. This is how monuments look like in the country that is at war. The monument to Mykola Lysenko. So the place where music, opera, tragedy, elegance everything is under one roof. From here you can see the green roof. That is why it was called by the people who didn't like it the turtle. But it's not ugly at all. And I would like to, while we will be walking to Golden Gate, to tell you the story of one famous Ukrainian ballet dancer. He was called a god of dance in Paris. His name was Serge Lifar. Serge Lifar. He was like the manager, the director of Paris Opera for more than 30 years. Can you imagine that? And it is a very famous ballet dancer. He was born in Kyiv in 1905. Then he was coming to this ballet theater, and just looking at the windows, so he wanted to become a ballet dancer. But it was not easy in the early 20th century. There was revolution, Kyiv was in chaos, and he studied ballet at the Kyiv Opera. But later, in 1923, the famous impresario, his name was Sergei Diaghilev, from Russia, came to Kyiv, and he noticed Serge Lifar. He noticed this young dancer. He was dancing with a wild Ukrainian energy and passion. So he invited him to join his troupe in Paris. And that is how Serge Lifar settled in Paris. The city fell in love with him. He was developing his skills, and he was the star of the Diaghilev's ballet. So when Diaghilev died, everyone thought that this would be the end of this era. But Lifar was there, and he joined the Paris Opera Ballet, and he changed the ballet itself. He kind of was the revolutionary choreographer and the director of the Paris Opera Ballet Theatre. And he was leading it for more than 30 years. Unfortunately, during the World War II, Paris was occupied, and Serge Lifar's life was not easy. He was accused of collaboration with the Nazis, and that was kind of a stain on his career. But then he continued after the war his career because his heart belongs to ballet, not the politics. So he returned to the stage, and when he died, he first of all, he was often offered the French citizenship, but he was always saying that I am a Ukrainian. And you know, when he died, he asked people to write just few words on his tomb. Serge Lifar from Kyiv. Serge Lifar from Kyiv. 4 words. He is buried in Paris. And this person has always been thinking about Ukraine and his favorite, Kyiv. He loved the city, I love the city, and you love the city because you joined this tour. Thank you for being with me and listening to these stories. I think they are very, very important. When I was in Paris and standing in front of this beautiful opera that Floor showed you a few times and even took you inside, I was always thinking about Serge Lifar. I don't remember how many years exactly he was directing Paris Opera. I think even more than 40 years. I will check this later. But it's incredible. He was from Kyiv, and he left this mark on the, I could say, European ballet art. Look at the beautiful Kyiv architecture. I will not cross the road here because it's not kind of safe, but the houses look magnificent here. So we're coming to Golden Gate, and it will be the start of our ancient journey. We are going to travel back in time to the 11th century, and this was the heart of the ancient Kievan Rus. I will probably call it, I used to call it Rus, now we'll call it Rus because it kind of it shows you the connection with Russia. This is how the name was stolen. This country where I am now, Ukraine, it was the name of this place was Kyiv Rus, and this was the place that was very strong. People were proud here, and we see now in front of you, you see the main entrance to the city that people called the mother of all Rus cities. This man, he's very cute. He's always playing wonderful music, especially Kyiv-related songs, and it's so cute. He's now preparing for his singing. We will hear it in a couple of minutes. And there is the Golden Gate. Yaroslav the Wise, he was the great ruler of Kyiv and Rus, and he wanted to make Kyiv a very magnificent place, as magnificent as Constantinople. So he saw this place as the center of the faith and power, and about 1027, the beginning of the 11th century, the Golden Gate appeared here. It was the ceremonial entrance to the royal city. Julie, there are less people around now it's Saturday, and usually we are on the busiest spot in the city because this entrance is the entrance to the Golden Gate metro. As you can see, no rush, no crowds, and nothing. You can see that people are going and outside and inside, so it should be very crowded here, like a lot of people usually are walking inside and outside, especially at the weekends, but now it's absolutely calm. Metro stations, and the most beautiful in Ukraine. Guys, I got the incoming call. I would like to ask you if everything is okay with the stream. Let me know in the comments if everything is okay. So the name Golden, it's not because of the golden entrance, like of the Golden Gate itself. It's because of the golden dome. It was the small church of Annunciation on the top of the gate. And you even can see it now. So on the top of the gate, you can see this church, the Church of Annunciation, and it was the reason why it was called Golden. Or it's another one. It was one kind of reason, and another is that. It was called Golden because of the analogy of the Golden Gate of Constantinople. So the city of Kyiv was founded on the hills, and we are standing on the place where, like close to this place, the castle of Prince Vladimir was. The first stone church was built. It's in. I will show you this place tomorrow. It's close to the Andrew's descent, but still it was the top of the hill, and the princes with their families and the nobles lived on the hill. This was the grandiose entrance, and the poor people, the merchants, they lived close to the Dnieper river and just to perform their trade, and in case of attack they would run here and hide behind the doors. And the Golden Gate was the part of the fortification complex because from both sides there were the walls, and now you don't see the walls. Even the Golden Gate, the vestiges are hidden behind this pavilion, so it's not the structure that we're standing here in 1027. What you can see is the protection pavilion. The real stones are hidden inside. Let's go to that man. I would like you to hear the music a little bit and to hear the vibe of Kyiv. So he is playing or just preparing to play. Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music. It's the song about Gelderose branch. Let's lift up the Gelderose branch and save Ukraine. Thank you.
А ми тую червону калину підіймемо, а ми нашу славну Україну гей-гей розвеселимо. А ми тую червону калину підіймемо, а ми нашу славну Україну гей-гей розвеселимо.
Concert. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're wonderful. Дякую дуже. Дякую дуже.
Thank you very much.
Дякую. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much.
Where do you live?
I live here. I'm a tour guide. Yes. Thank you.
Ой, дуже вам дякую. Підсклався.
That was incredible. Yes. Beautiful Kyiv. Really. The soul of the city. People are kind, still believe in victory, in life, and in peaceful future. Let's go. Ancient Kyiv continues. So that is the magnificent Golden Gate from this side. We have sang the song with the gentleman, and let's go to see Saint Sophia. There were 3 entrances to the city of Kyiv, and this was the most important Golden Gate. And it was called the Triumphal Entrance. Now it's one of those structures. There are not so many fortifications that remained from that period of time. So it was built as the beautiful entryway, and the delegations, the ambassadors who were coming and entering into the old city, they were using this entrance. It was constructed about the same time as St. Sophia Cathedral, the beginning of the 11th century. But let's not forget that it was just the main purpose was the defensive purpose. It was the powerful defensive structure surrounding the ancient town. And the height was about 33 feet, and the thickness of the walls about 3 meters, like 10 feet. So this place remembers victorious armies and a lot of glory. Yaroslav the Wise wanted to build it as the symbol of the Christian state. As I told you before, similar to Constantinople. He wanted to make Kyiv the new Jerusalem. And he wanted to celebrate the spread of the Christianity because his father, Prince Vladimir, baptized Kyivan Rus. That is why to build this connection with the Christianity, he built the Golden Church of Annunciation. It was sparkling over the entrance, and as you know, this is one of the possible versions why the gate was called Golden. And it was never conquered. In 1240, Tatar Mongols came to Kyiv, and they considered this gate too unapproachable, and they decided to break the city and to enter the city from another place where now the Maidan is the Independence Square is. Unfortunately, that was the devastating page of our history, because during the siege, during that invasion of Tatar Mongols in 1238, from 50,000 people who lived in Kyiv, just 2,000 survived. And during the 18th century, the vestiges of the Golden Gate, they stayed covered by the earth, but later the historians kind of unearthed them and created this pavilion that happened in 1982 during the Soviet era. It was completely reconstructed, and now this kind of a modern look. But inside you can find gray stones, gray old 11th century bricks. It's called plinth. Plinth, it's when the big stones are intertwined with the flat prototypes of the modern bricks, and it was the way how our ancient buildings were created. So Yaroslav the Wise, enlightened and very important ruler of Kievan Rus, created the gate, and he was creating a lot of things here, because he wanted to consolidate the country, to make it more important, and he even made the city 10 times bigger than it used to be. Now we are taking the quiet streets of Kyiv to St. Sophia, because, as you know, we are not allowed to cross Vladimirska Street. There are important governmental buildings, and it's not possible to film there and even walk with the telephone. So I will load down my device and we will walk through the cafe, not to bother any servicemen who are very diligent. The idea of Yaroslav the Wise was to show the glory of the city, and that is why just opposite the Golden Gate he built St. Sophia Cathedral. You can see the cupola of the bell tower here, but later the Soviets decided to block this building, St. Sophia Cathedral, with this ugly gray building, just to ruin the idea of glorifying Kievan Rus by Yaroslav the Wise. We could say that the era of his rule was really the era of blossoming of Kievan Rus, because he defeated the nomadic tribes, Pechenegs, and on this spot he built St. Sophia Cathedral. Now this church is not active, but before that it was the church, and it was the place where he was just accepting the ambassadors. The weddings were happening like the office. Yaroslav the Wise wasn't like a very strong man. He came to the throne, and some historians say that he even killed one of his brothers because when he was coming to power, he was struggling with his brothers. There was 4 years of struggle, so probably the brothers' murders is involved there, but we can just praise Yaroslav the Wise for the things that he gave to Kyiv, because he created new laws, he gave a lot of education, support, and he wanted to make Ukraine great. It's a very strange monument. Cossack is riding the horse. The Cossack is very big and the horse is small, and it doesn't have a saddle. And this monument glorifies the borders, like the protectors of Ukrainian borders. The people, like the servicemen who are protecting the borders of Ukraine. I love Ukrainian bread. When I came here, I bought brown bread. I brought herring and fancy cakes from Russian. So this is the way how we... A lot of different cookies and breads, type of breads. Okay, now it's time to hide, guys. I will come closer to the corner of the building and I will have to hide my phone to walk peacefully through this corner. And then we will go to the square in front of St. Sophia Cathedral. Probably, so Yaroslav the Wise was lame, he couldn't walk well, and probably this inability to personally shine, to win on the battlefields, this was the reason why he was so developing his mind, his will, and he wanted to make Kievan Rus great. Okay. I love this cafe. It's very, very cozy. Had great choice of wine. My favorite cafe. And we will walk quickly here. Probably nobody noticed us. So we're already coming to the square. Yaroslav the Wise was ruling for 37 years. That was a very long period for the medieval epoch. And he was buried in the marble sarcophagus in St. Sophia Cathedral, but his tomb was opened several times, and when it was opened for the last time in 2009, they didn't find the body of Yaroslav the Wise, so someone stole it, and it also like a tragedy of Ukrainian historians. So the remains of Yaroslav the Wise were not in the sarcophagus. They were lost, stolen during World War II, we don't know. And there is an interesting story that his body is, or like his body is kept in New York, but we don't know for sure, but probably it's there. He was called the father-in-law of Europe, and his daughters became the wives of the European kings. His eldest daughter Elizabeth became the wife of King of Norway, and Anastasia became the Queen of Hungary, and his youngest daughter married King Henry I, the King of France. So Princess Anna was the most famous of these three daughters. She brought famous New Testament, and all the kings of France, they were pronouncing the oath on that New Testament. This is the beautiful square. I still remember the New Year tours of 2022. They were incredible. I'm sure that the government knew that it's kind of the last peaceful winter that Ukrainians would have. So let's have a look at Ukrainian Pearl St. Sophia Cathedral. It was designed to rival Hagia Sophia in Constantinople. You know that great church. So it was built in the 11th century. We are in the heart of Kyiv, and local villagers, Byzantine masters were participating in the construction. It still preserved the ancient collection of frescoes and mosaic, very important mosaic. It's called Indestructible Wall. So this is the magnificent bell tower, St. Sophia Bell Tower. It was built in 1705 in the 18th century. It's a little bit later, but the Sophia is there with the green cupolas. At first, it was built in the Byzantine style, so it was brown. But then, like a lady, it's changed its appearance, and now it's white with the green domes. So it has the Byzantine influence. Inside, it looks like a monastic building, but with incredible golden, shiny mosaics. And this bell tower was influenced by the Ukrainian Baroque style. It's really unique monument, architectural monument, because it is stunningly beautiful, and it's very important for the country. Yaroslav the Wise was ruling from here. He was accepting even ambassadors when they were asking for the hand of Princess Anna. So the bell tower is 250 feet. It's like 20 giraffes if you put them on top of each other. It has the the heaviest bell in Ukraine. It's called Mazepa bell because of the hetman Mazepa. He donated money for building that, for creating that bell. And this is how the temple looked like when it was just built in Byzantine style with plinth, with the bricks and the big stones. It's interesting that there wasn't enough stones back then, and Yaroslav the Wise made the people paid the tax when people were entering on the carts. They had to bring stones with them as the building material for St. Sophia Cathedral. Sophia derives from the Greek word, and it means holy wisdom. So it was the biggest building in Kyiv, and it was the power instrument. It was the way to assert the state power of Kievan Rus. So I will not go into the complex because it will take time to explore everything. Once I was taking you, but unfortunately I think that I am losing the connection here, like inside the building. So I will show you just the courtyard of St. Sophia Cathedral from that place. You can see how beautiful it is. You see the white parts, they stay kind of the white plaster. It's the modern plaster, but they are peeled, they are removed, and under the white plaster you can see the brown walls. These are the Byzantine construction, Byzantine plinth. Just for the people to imagine how it looked like centuries ago. It's stunning architectural jewel, and of course it's the UNESCO heritage site, a very symbolic monument for Kyiv, and the main shrine of Kievan Rus. It's the heart of our wisdom and the protection, because there is the indestructible wall, and there is the saying that Kyiv is standing until the indestructible wall is standing. So there are many rare mosaics, but the main one is that one. It's Virgin Mary. It's 6 meters tall, and it's made of 177 shades of small plates of small stones. So that is the main sacred symbol of Ukraine. Kyiv stands till Aranta. Aranta, it's indestructible wall. Aranta stands. When Tatar Mongols came here, they also raged in Kyiv, and they came to St. Sophia Cathedral, but they didn't ruin it. And there is the legend that it's miraculously survived because Mother Virgin Mary, Oranta, was looking at Tatar Mongols from every corner of the building, so it looked like she is watching them, and she will she will not allow to ruin this building. Soviets wanted to blow it up as they blew up, you see, St. Michael's Cathedral. But then France interfered, and French government told like this is the home of our Princess Anna. So the Soviets decided not to mess up with the French government, and this is how the cathedral was saved. You see now it's standing, and it's really standing in its glory. There was the famous library, and people are still looking for it because Yaroslav the Wise translated a lot of books into Slavic language. And the books were usually decorated with gold, diamonds, emeralds, pearls. They were made with this leather skin. You can climb on the top of the bell tower and have the magnificent view on the city center. It's wonderful that St. Sophia survived Mongol destruction. I was coming here in summer, and during the shelling, a little bit of outside of the temple, of the main temple, was ruined. So there was the blast, there was the heat close to this place, and the building is old, so it just peeled out from the main wall and fell on the ground. I remember how they were writing that St. Sophia Cathedral was not ruined actually, but a little bit damaged by the Russian missile. So missile landed not far away from this place, just in the city center. Now the war has changed. So back then people were fighting with the knives, rifles, like tanks, and now the drones are flying here, like a lot of drones. It's becoming more sophisticated and technological. It's a war of drones, which means that Russians are developing the drones. They are making them cheaper. They're producing them more and more. They were producing less last year, and their idea is to make this huge kind of hives of drones. They could even fly and follow the people as their targets. So we don't know how this war will develop, because during the wars the technology is changing, rapidly changing. People are developing not medicine. So there are just 1 second, I will stay here. Not medicine, they are not writing books and poems, they are developing weapons. And now we see that the drones were the discovery of this war. Guys, are you here? Let me know if you can hear and see me. This is the monument of Bogdan Khmelnytsky, the great hetman. It's covered by the ivy. You see, even during this period of war, the ivy covered everything, and it's protected. And St. Sophia from that side. So we're going now to St. Michael's. It's the place of holiness, of cruelty, of paganism, because back then on that site where St. Michael's is standing was the kind of pagan shrine. I will be coming and telling you about St. Michael's a little bit and about our modern life in Kyiv. So it's becoming a little bit livelier. You can see more people walking here. Probably it's just evening, and you can see there are people who are walking, having walks. The war changed, of course, the city. It's not the same anymore. At night there are sirens. People are talking about rockets, about drones. And these Shahed drones, they are very dangerous. They are cheap, they are loud. You can hear when they are kind of flying, passing your home. They fly very low, which means that they are not rockets. They hit the buildings at about 15, 17 floor. They are kind of searching and buzzing. I could compare those drones like with the giant insects, huge giant insects. Not birds, because I think the birds are kind animals. The distinctive feature of the drones is that you can hear them before you see them. So you can hear that they are approaching to your house. It's very loud. And as for me, when I hear the sound of the drone, it kind of crawls under your skin. The next night you hear it again, and it's very scary. You know that it's approaching, and you have to hide somewhere. So above Kyiv, the sky turns into the battlefields of technology every night. Yesterday I finished the tour on this place, but it was already dark. Today I will take you to the St. Michael's Square, and we will look at this equipment. The war is not anymore about just tanks, about the soldiers on the front lines. So the war is not far away from Kyiv, it is here. In the darkness, now there are blackouts, but not total blackout, which means that in part of this city there is light, and in other part of the city there is no light. The city is divided into different zones, and you can in Telegram channel find this schedule where you will have light, where you won't have light. So the people try to survive. They go to work, children go to school, cafes are open, people are using generators. People still live, not because it's easy to live. Some people are saying, oh, it's just easy, you can live like that. Why you can't live? Why are you saying that? It's difficult. You can survive somehow. Yes, people survive somehow, but not because it's good, but because they must do this. They don't have any other choice. We cannot all escape from here and leave the city. People stay and try to adapt. Can you hear St. Michael's chiming? It's great, mighty sound. Let's cross the road while we have the green light, and I will tell you about St. Michael's and this exhibition. I love the sound of the bells. The monastery that is still not in the darkness. And the word freedom, the spirit of today. This word is about peace and resistance. And a lot of Russian tanks and military vehicles. They were captured, they were destroyed during the war, and they were brought here to the heart of Kyiv, not to glorify the war, but to show the truth. So let me show you the truth. Each car is burnt. It's kind of the piece of metal, twisted piece of metal. It was taken here to Ukraine It was brought by Russians to Ukraine to bring death, to take away people's lives, to wipe the cities, to take away freedom. This is what it's all about. What was the purpose of this tank? Of course, to kill people and to take someone's lives. And now they're silent. The bells are chiming, but these tanks are standing silent. They are reminding us how fragile the peace is. Ukrainians are very courageous. The metal is torn. It's the symbol of failure. These tanks came as weapons of fear to frighten ours, to kill ours. But they became the symbol of Russian failure. For the people who come here, I think it's very emotional, especially with these bells. Yes, I also noticed those teenage boys. They were standing and thinking what future they would have here. So this exhibition is very emotional because it reminds us about the enemy, the enemy's power that can be destroyed, that can be crushed. So it's like we are saying, you tried to crush ours, but now you are crushed, you are rust. As you can see, there are many families here, many children. Children sometimes even climb those tanks. They don't have fear, they have a lot of curiosity. People are making pictures. But it is teaching what aggression looks like and what courage looks like. You see, this is how the aggression looks like. Every bullet that was shot from the vehicles was meant to take someone's life or a piece of land. And these tanks are reminding us what price Ukraine is paying for its freedom. They came to take our lives, but they didn't take Kyiv. And this is the the museum of metal and death, but it is conquered. And this is Shahed drone, as I have told you about Shahed drones when I was walking. Let me show you the pictures and the statistics about Shahed drones. Can you see that? So the chart shows the statistics of attacks for the first 3 quarters of war. So can you see the amount of the attacks that Kyiv had within the time? It raised dramatically. There is never a winner, but if we don't fight, we would be just under Russian, and I will have to speak Russian here. So now, as you can see, at first Russians were paying for Iranian Shahed drones 200,000 for each piece, but now they can produce their own for just 20 or 50. So it's much cheaper, and of course they are not paying that much to destroy our cities.
Шел состав Российской Федерации, состав по мосту с горючим, 200 тонн горючего, и она разрушила, дважды ударила, что склеились колеса. И вот такая дура и склеила их всех. Повний состав з горючим 200 тонн. 200 тонн.
Внаслідок атаки загинула 61 людина від цієї ракети.
Так, я знаю. Но то, що я бачив,
Це наших людей загинуло 60? Це наших людей загинуло? Наших.
не наших, то російських.
Російські,
Їх
тобто...
там було 4 чи 5.
Так це українська ракета чи що?
Російська.
Ага.
Це російська взагалі
Це
радянська.
точка У, це радянська або російська, як зараз кажуть.
Вони із...
Так вони цілили... So they're talking about the rocket. So at first these were our rockets, and then they were sent to Russia, and now the Russians are sending our rockets to kill ours. So you see. I saw this kind of the jars. It's kind of a propeller, probably. A propeller. A lot of rusty cars. It's a message to the world. It's a mirror. No matter how strong the dictatorship is, it like this dictatorship, Russian dictatorship, cannot destroy Ukrainian nation because we are defending our home. And its exhibition is to prove that we can survive and we can turn pain into power. So this is the pain, but we are transforming it into the place of power. Is these tanks once were roaring while they were driving the fields of Ukraine? A leather belt. I don't know, what do you mean leather belt? It's not leather, they are made from fabric. So freedom is stronger than fear, and no matter what happens, Kyiv is standing, Ukraine is standing. And now it's a symbol of Ukrainian courage and unity. Okay, guys, I would like to show you Independence Square. My question to you is, do you want to go to Independence Square? Because we are kind of over time. It will take us about, I think, 5 minutes to go down, and then we will be walking along the square. I would like to show you this monument, poignant monument of the field of flags. All the people who are traveling to Ukraine, the ambassadors, the politicians, who is Prince William and Prince Henry came to ours, and he was so touched by that monument that doesn't have a plaque. It's just the field of blue and yellow fabric. Thank you so much, Julius. So you will bear 5 more minutes. The problem is that, so usually I'm planning the tours like this. It's before sunset. So we're starting at 4 and ending at 5. It's 5 p.m. local time, and it's getting dark. But I have light with me, and I hope that there will be some extra illumination on Independence Square. And I want to show you this special place. Some Kyiv architecture along the way. These buildings are not so shiny, just as I was showing you yesterday. Our Kyiv streets not polished, but still standing. I hope we will have time and money to reconstruct them after war. But you know, even before war, they were standing, not reconstructed that much. Nobody was taking care about them. Just if the people bought some kind of cafe or restaurant, they would make it's more beautiful. But as you can see, there are some details of different times, but still nothing shiny. So this is how Kyiv streets look like. Great. So guys, I will just tell you huge thank yous. I got so much support from you yesterday. Thank you for supporting me on Buy Me a Coffee on PayPal. It means really a lot to me. The way that you are coming and walking with me is also incredible. In 2022, when I came to Kyiv, I was walking this very path and met Cossack here. You remember that Independence Day stream on Hegel. It was wonderful. So we have already arrived to Maidan. I already see the cupolas of the shopping mall. It's called Globe. So thank you so much for sending me your help and donations. If you enjoying this tour, the links to PayPal and Buy Me a Coffee is still in the description. So let's go to Maidan. This is once it was the goat, and it was called the goat because there were goats. But now it's the modern city center with a lot of cafes and a place of freedom and independence. I could say that this place, Independence Square, was always connected with freedom, with pain, because revolutions were happening here. But it all began as the swamp outside the ancient city walls, and the princes would hunt here. Now it's the stage, the main stage of Ukraine's history. So Soviets made parades here. The first Independence Day was celebrated here in 1991, and now the revolutions are shaping our future, because already 4 revolutions happened here. In 2004, Orange Revolution, and then the Revolution of Dignity in 2014, when this place was the fortress of freedom, and that was the year when Russia occupied Donetsk, parts of Donetsk, Lugansk regions, and Crimea. Thousands of people came here with flags, candles. They were singing songs. They were staying through the snow and fire because it was February. Many were killed here. There is the street of Heavenly Hundred of people were killed because of the order of President Yanukovych on close to the streets. So this is the sacred path, the path of memory and our history. Yes, I'm very proud that really this part of the city looks very clean. There is no garbage at all. Absolutely. So this is the beautiful city center, and everything is clean. So we are in this part of the Independence Square, which shows the crossroad. So Krishchatyk Street, it's the shortest and the widest European main street. It is very wide. It has 8 lanes of cars, and the main street of Ukraine, of Kyiv. It's called Krishchatyk because in Ukrainian it's crossroad. You can see that from here 7 streets are going in different directions. We are in the center, but from here, the other streets are going deeper into the city. This is Archangel Michael, the patron saint of Kyiv. I hope that he will still be protecting us. Just my hope for this beautiful archangel with his shiny wings and flaming sword. You see the nice balls, and the city is a little bit illuminated, so not in a perfect way, but still shining. The monument with the flags is on the opposite side of the road, and to get there I have to use the underground passage. This square is not about past. I think it's about our present. It's the symbol that Ukraine is unbroken, it's free, and it's beautiful. And when you're walking here, It's broad, it's kind of very magnificent. You can feel the courage, the hope, the love of the people for this land. So this is the center of Ukrainian freedom, I can put it this way, the center of Ukrainian pride. And I would love to show you the field of memory that is honoring the fallen soldiers, because this is the monument unlike any other monuments on this planet. Maidan at night is incredible. It's just incredible. Thank you for staying with me. We're almost there, but we will have to cross this widest street in Kyiv. Just using the underground passage. There is no other way to cross it. Before the war, during the weekdays, the street was blocked for the cars, and it was pedestrian street. There were buskers, people were walking. But you know, this was even before COVID. Then was COVID and then war. So already during COVID, the street wasn't open for pedestrians. Some Ukrainian souvenirs. I will try now to walk a little bit faster because I'm not sure of the quality of the connection. And now I will use my light. So we are here. It's made in the Stalin Empire style, so-called, because Krещатик Street was ruined during World War II by the bombs that were laid by the Soviet retreating army. This is the Independence column with the symbol of Ukrainian protector. And the street was rebuilt in this huge Stalinist style. You can see the beautiful building. It's monumental, it's colossal. So in the 19th century it looked like the Prague or Warsaw, I don't know, the Krakow, just the usual European street, and then it was changed into the Soviet style. There are so many candles. I haven't seen these candles during my first visit, my last visit in summer, so I don't know why the candles are standing here. These stairs are leading just to the column, and this is the field that I wanted to show you. This field of small Ukrainian flags, but there are so many of them, and the field is huge. I can be walking and walking and walking and showing to you. So here these flags are representing the lives that were taken by this war. Some flags are even bigger, and they belong to people who were fighting on our side. You can see like Polish flags, you can see the flags of other countries as well. What strikes you the most? There are how many of them? There are thousands of them, just thousands of them, and each has the name, then the number of the brigade, and sometimes they have them the date of birth or the date of death. You can see here the angel. Let me show you another flag. So there is the name, the number of the brigade, and the date of death. You see the yellow and blue flowers, a lot of young faces, and these flags are everywhere. Of course, there are not just people who died. There are many more people died, but the people who wanted to mention the names of their relatives are coming here and write the names. I just wanted to show you that there are dates as well. You can see that. So this field keeps growing, and each day another life, another story, another flag. When you are walking among them, you feel like courage, and you feel grief. And these flags are reminding me that freedom is so expensive. It is not free. And they're so beautiful. Like here, the guy was born in 1998. Such a beautiful young person. This guy was born in 1991. This guy 1994. So they are very young people. Each flag is a story, is a person, a dream, and that is a dream that was cut short. Many flowers, and it's very poignant. You know, when the wind is moving the fabric of these flags, it's like they're saying, remember me, don't forget me, remember me, keep fighting for Ukraine, keep breathing, keep believing. It's like these flags are talking to you. It's about sorrow, but it's also about hope. It's about the city of Kyiv that now is telling the different story. So I will just go outside and I will show you that it's the field, and I am going like on the perimeter of the field. I cannot go inside now. The city is different. Many women are wearing black stripes on their heads. Many walls are scarred with the shelling. You can see these scars. The buildings are without windows. Blackouts happen. Sirens interrupt our days every day. But the life continues even under the shadow of this uncertainty. It continues and continues, and people still live. So this is how it's eternal memory. The guy was born in 1977, died in 2023. You see. Cafes and shops were always a pleasure for me. But now, cafes and shops are the places for resilience. They like saying, we can work even during the workouts. We are operating. People are supporting each other. People are sharing hope. Public spaces quite often have different exhibitions that are telling us about struggle, survival, unity, about stories of these guys. Despite everything, Kyiv is shining. I incredibly love this city, and I love the cafes, and I don't love how it's changed in the way that so many people have died and so many buildings are ruined. But I think that the city became braver, it became stronger, and even more alive. So it's a huge field. Sometimes there are paths and you can walk in between them, but there are lives and lives and lives. Each flag means someone's life, and it's just the flags whose relatives came here and put those flags. But there are so many thousands of other peoples whose names are not mentioned. Can you imagine? I'm walking, and it doesn't end. It doesn't end. It's everywhere. You can see these alleys in between the paths. You see there from both sides. So the field continues and continues and continues and continues. I don't know how explain that to you. I always compare that in my mind to that synagogue, the synagogue in Prague, where all the walls are written by the names of the Jews who were killed, and there are 77,000 names. And the walls from up and down, they are with the names. So this the same feeling you have here, but you understand that it's not the final amount. It's not the final number. There are thousands and thousands more. It's just those people who came and with their hands brought a flag and wrote the name here. And it's just everywhere. All these people could be engineers, create something, build something, have kids, raise those kids. He was born, like this guy, was born in 2001. His name was Skif, like the mighty historical water. 2001. Do you have children who were born at that time? So can you imagine, he was just, how many years he was? Probably 26, yes, now it's 20, 25, 24 years. 24 years. So this is the monument that I wanted to show you. This is the place that I wanted to finish my tour, because it is very important to keep this in your hearts, to keep these stories, to keep this memory. They should never be forgotten. They paid the highest price, and they should never be forgotten. They should live in our hearts for our freedom. It says for our freedom. So thank you so much for being with me. I decided to put light a little bit on me because it's total darkness already. Thank you for believing in me. Yesterday, when you were writing the comments below my post, you were saying so wonderful words, and I was reading and reading and reading them for myself. You believe that I am strong, that I have courage. I have courage to change. I have courage to survive and to become the better version of myself. And it's very encouraging that I have you beside me. Thank you for being a part of my life, and see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to have a beautiful tour on Andrew's Descent. So we will explore the church, and I will show you that beautiful way through the the gallery and the paintings. The painters will be selling their pictures, the music will be playing. So if you want bohemian atmosphere, come tomorrow for Andrew's Descent. Love you, and thank you so much for supporting me on Buy Me a Coffee, on PayPal. See you in Kyiv and later in Prague. Goodbye. Love you all. Remember this place. It's very, 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 very important. Ukraine is bleeding. Ukraine is paying this price for Europe. Ukraine is quietly protecting Europe from, I could say, fascism, because when Hitler couldn't defeat British soldiers on the battlefields, he was bombing civilians. When Stalin couldn't defeat Finland, he was bombing civilians. When Putin can't defeat Ukrainians on the battlefield, he is bombing civilians. That is what is happening in my country. And it's not just the words. We are protecting democracy, Ukraine, the whole peace in Europe. So remember about these wonderful people who paid their lives for that. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Love you all. And remember that our life is so short and precious. Hug someone, tell someone that you love them, and we believe in the best, in our victory.
Thank you very much, English.
Bye.
You're not bad English, I understand. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
You're not bad.
Thank-
Speak English. Yes. No more that.
Thank you.
You are not bad.
I have a new follower. I have a new follower who admires my English. It's great. You know, I always love compliments.
Как это я не хотел?
see?
Ну нихера себе.
Goodbye. See you tomorrow. I will have to wrap up the tour and walk a little bit quicker. Bye.